Okay, so to level set, look, my background again, I'm JT out of Raleigh, North Carolina. I come from Salesforce. I know the world's largest CRMs really, really well. And when I say that, think Salesforce, Dynamics, Oracle, SAP, HubSpot, even Pega. All of those were never designed for outside sales reps. So they were all designed as robust data centers, data logging engines to produce incredible insights on dashboards and reports. But as we all know, they're entirely dependent on the reps actually getting data into that platform. So Map My Customers, as a reminder, we've got existing customers on this call and some that are not customers. Our sole focus is really on two things, specifically for the outside sales rep. It's value and ease of use. And I've done a lot of ride-alongs with outside reps now, and I've learned if something is not very clearly valuable for the rep, and maybe just as important or more important, if it's not easy to use, they won't use it. So that said, value and ease of use. We have found that value and ease of use drives adoption. Adoption delivers the data, and data is what ultimately produces insights and wise decisions. I'm going to start out here. Value and ease of use for the outside rep begins and almost ends with strategic account segmentation. So for those that may be new to Map My Customers, or maybe just here to learn, the colors on the map right now, I'm on my own iPhone 12, just to level set. The colors, the shapes, the sizes, they all mean really significant things. And one of our core strengths is helping teams to strategically segment their accounts, customers, leads, and prospects. Now, also of note, what informs all of this? We have some customers on the call that leverage Salesforce, Dynamics, HubSpot, even Pega, and then others. All the colors, all the shapes, all the sizes, they're informed by their back-end data within their own CRM. And then on the flip side, we have customers here that use just Map My Customers as the CRM of record. But either way, in both scenarios, the rep is exactly the same. Map My Customers is a sole interface for the rep to leverage. So right before we get into to Lead Finder, let me level set what these colors are again. If you're a Map My Customers customer on the call, use this as a gentle nudge to make sure that you have a really sound account segmentation strategy in place. So the examples that I use in my demo account, all of the blue circles, these are my tier A accounts in Raleigh, North Carolina. And when I say tier A, that could be based on revenue. Maybe they're my largest existing customers in Raleigh. Maybe that's by gross margin. It could be by product volume. You guys get to choose what data sets inform that color or that shape or the size. My tier B accounts, these are your lime green squares. Maybe these are new existing customers that I sold a gateway product to, but I have a great opportunity to continue to expand within that account and sell additional product lines and, Lord willing, grow it into a tier A blue circle. And then the way I have my account set up, all the black pins, these are tier C, or they're great target accounts that maybe I just haven't penetrated yet, but I know they're great targets. Lastly, I've got just a couple of examples of these. If you look closely, you'll see flags. So a blue flag, same color blue as my tier A account because it is a tier A account. But what I'm saying is that the tier A account needs to be visited at a specific frequency because it's so important. So they need to see JT's lovely face in person at least once every 30 days. And if I am not on site face-to-face with them every 30 days, that blue circle automatically changes to a flag. So the simple mantra becomes no flags on the map. I certainly want to go and see those accounts before my boss sees them, or my boss's boss seeing them. And I even have a black flag here, which is going to correlate into what we're about to do. You can set up different cadences for different types of accounts. So all of my prospect accounts, I want to see once every 60 days. Tier A might be every 30 days, but these prospect accounts, we're going to go 60. Fell asleep. Oh gosh, you guys are gonna hate me. Hang on. See if it comes right back. That's my big indication that I spoke too long and it fell asleep on me. Are we back? All right. So here, why we're gathered here today, we're focusing on increasing TAM, total addressable market. Look, we work with a lot of customers that purchase lists. Maybe they have a subscription to ZoomInfo. They might purchase from a national healthcare provider database where they then load leads or data into Map My Customers. Totally fine to do that. What we do is actually surface great target accounts, highlighting where they are in proximity to your existing known account base. And proximity and location matter. So knowing those produce efficiencies, and we make that easy. So lots of different ways that we can actually leverage this within Map My Customers. But what I am going to do is focus on how do I make a route that I have planned for Friday really efficient as I look for additional leads or target accounts, perhaps right along that route. So I'm going to go to a route button down below, and I've already spent time creating JT Friday route in June. So I'm going to touch that, and I've intended for 5 specific stops on Friday. No particular order, does not matter. These are all just drop-ins. They're not set appointments for me in this scenario. What I'm going to do now is, actually, first off, let me do this. Show all pins. These are all the known accounts that we know either from your CRM of record or your account record within Map My Customers. So if I go to Lead Finder, I'm now going to look for accounts that we don't know about right now. Even your best reps have blind spots. So I'm going to search for Concrete Pump. Mary continues to make fun of this, but we have a great customer base that services those specific customers. So I'm going to search for leads, concrete pump companies that are near this route. And as I was preparing for this, it could not have worked any better, but this example plays out time and time again. So if I zoom in here, you're actually seeing that there is, lo and behold, a concrete pump supplier or company right next to my last planned stop of the day. So I can touch that pin, and I can see that it is actually Concrete Supply Company. When we're doing this, we're hitting Google's APIs in 4 different manners for name of company, address. You'll see phone. I can actually make a cold call right from here if I wanted to, and also the website. So maybe I'm sitting at home looking to see if I can find additional leads along this route, but I can quickly go to the website right here and make sure that this is a great target. And I already know that it is. They've got booms all over the website. So I could, this will come right back. Hang on, it's going to research for me. There we go. And what I can do with that, it's going to research. I can select this lead, and I can add the selected lead not only to JT Friday Route June, but I can also choose to put this in my Raleigh prospects group. When I do that, when I spoke about the black flag earlier, and I'm going to make this a neon yellow so that we can see it. What it's going to do is it's going to give me the ability to do that cadence and see if that flag turns. And you'll see just by doing that without any typing whatsoever from the rep, I've just pulled in Concrete Supply Company. Address, I can route right to it, and I can begin taking notes as soon as I actually interact with them as well. If I come back. Any questions right now from anybody with what I've done?
So far, so good, JT.
All right, awesome. I'm going to come back to the main map. It's going to relocate me here in just a second. There we go. Zoom out slightly. So what I just did is I searched along the actual route. I don't have to do it on a route. I could say, I'm going to do Lead Finder with this magnifying glass here. And maybe I do family medicine. I can even do family medicine near me. It's going to find my existing location and pull up all family medicine practices that I don't already have inside of my account, customers, leads, or prospects database. And so I've got a bunch there, and I can go through these one by one, can visit the website. Maybe all of these are great fits. And I could grab the lasso there on the right and bring in all of these accounts just like that. Again, no typing. Why I'm showing that. The vast majority of my conversations with sales leaders, most of them admit, my guys don't prospect. They continue to go back to the same account each and every time. They don't go outside of their comfort zone. We have a lot of customers with our lead finding capability actually incentivize their reps monetarily to attack and land new business. Maybe it's one more percentage point on commissions. Maybe it's a spiff for the leader that not only adds the most account, but actually penetrates the most accounts as well. So as sales leaders, think through what will produce revenue for the company, incentivize the reps to do just that.
Yeah, I love that.
Am I missing anything on? Go ahead.
No, you're not missing anything. Just have a quick question from one of our audience members. Anne says, we are a solar contractor and deal with residential quite a bit. How does this work with residential?
So we have the ability to do that as well. And ultimately, Anne, we have some great data. We call it lead intelligence that we could help with. And it does everything from homeowner's name, lot size, purchase date of the home, purchase price of the home, square footage of the home. And then, Kim, if I'm not going to the right location, help me. Wait, where do I find satellite view? Because we actually serve your space well.
The little squares on the left side of your map. Base map all the way at the bottom.
You are awesome. So I can change this to satellite view. And then, Anne, we could zoom right in. And there's the Rimby household. It's where I am. And lo and behold, I have no solar panels on my house. So maybe I'm a great target. Any follow-up question there? Feel free to reach out if you want to have anything else. What's the default? All right, everything that I just did on mobile can be done on web as well. Let me stop sharing here. Am I sharing? Can you see my screen? It doesn't have the normal border. Anyways, I'm zoomed into my Raleigh territory, and this is the account that I just added, Concrete Supply, and I did that from mobile. That's the one that we just did. If we go lead finder from web, I can come in here, find leads, and I'll just do concrete pump again. And again, that's deduping. There's a bunch of concrete pump companies. Wow. So I can click through here, maybe visit the website, go through all of these. Let's visit them real quick. We'll see what they do. Concrete pump. And oh, booms, yes, that would be a fantastic lead. So I can select here, I can go down the list over here, and you'll see the corresponding account be selected over there. I could also go to select all leads, and again, add them in bulk into Map My Customers if we so chose. Overall, very easy to use any search terms that you're looking for, any additional help for the existing customers on the call, please let us know.
Awesome. Thanks, JT. Anne said that answer, by the way, was very helpful.
Okay. Good deal.
All right, I'm gonna wait
Um,
just 60 more seconds, see if there's any other follow-up questions or anything you want to add in these last few seconds, JT or Kim.
Kim, anything?
Nothing top of mind for me.
I would encourage the sales leaders on the call. Lead Finder should absolutely be included in your quarterly business meetings with your reps to come up with. Every rep needs to bring in 12 new targets for this quarter, a commitment to seeing them X amount of times over the next quarter, and then hold the reps accountable to that. Measure what matters. What gets measured gets done, from our favorite Joe McDonald. And Lead Finder is fantastic. I will also say, if we do have any marketing folks on the line, talk about increasing TAM. They're right in your wheelhouse. We also have a lot of customers that have inside sales reps that might set appointments for the outside sales reps. Most of the time, inside sales reps are banging away on web here of what you're looking at. As they pull these accounts in, if they set an appointment with one of these customers, they can come in, log activity, and mention the outside sales rep. They could even assign it right to a route for them. So lots of efficiencies where inside sales reps can drive additional leads and then get the outside rep in front of them very, very quickly.
The one thing I would add, JT, actually, that did come up as you were saying that, you are able to report on this as well. Every record carries a source. So if you do have numbers, you've got metrics, you say, you know what, you're going to use Lead Finder and everyone needs to add 5 leads through Lead Finder this month or this week. In the records list view or in the exports themselves, you're able to identify what the source of the record was.
I continue to be reminded of way many more use cases with this. Lead Finder. Outside reps have a tough job cold knocking. What makes it easier is when you realize, I mean, it worked out really well with this specific example, but we pulled in Concrete Supply in our Lead Finder for mobile. They're right next door to another prospect, but they're also right down Dunkin' Donuts. I'm busted on this. They're right down the road from one of my tier A accounts. When you knock, it's a great visual reminder for your reps to leverage. Hey, we've been serving Dunkin' for the last 3 years. They're a great customer. Chances are they might know each other. Oh, you work with Jim at Dunkin'? Oh my word, how has he never told me that? So make certain that your reps are leveraging that. It's a much easier conversation when you're going in to cold knock territory.
Yeah, JT, I got an interesting question from Jay. Do you have any tips on how to use keywords or how to find the right keywords? So maybe we can talk a little bit about like our more like industrial manufacturing clients who have a wide range of product lines, a wide range of industries they serve. Like, how would you go about doing that?
So one, I think I want to chat with him, but that might be a great fit. Jay, if I can ask you a question back, do you ever search for SIC codes or NAICS or anything like that? Can you maybe respond quickly?
Yeah, hang tight. I'm going to try and bring him on live.
Awesome. Jay, you're going live, man.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we got you.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure. Sometimes my microphone doesn't work. So we are in the, I would say, esoteric industry of ornamental and architectural metalwork. So
Okay.
we have a bunch of different, I guess, NAICS codes would work, but we serve kind of very different vertical segments, fence contractors, metal fabricators, and they all go by different names. And that's what makes it difficult for us to, what am I searching for? I could put in ornamental metal. That's not a big category even for Google to come up. We come up with jewelers and things like that. So that's what makes it, difficult.
So,
Metal furniture manufacturers. So
do you have the SIC codes and the NAICS codes?
we do, yeah, we do. But again, so even they themselves, these are mostly small businesses. We are B2B primarily. Most
Yep.
of these people are also themselves challenged with coming with one specific SIC code for them, their own businesses. They
Yep.
usually fall into multiple SIC codes. But I could use that as a proxy if that is available as a search feature. I think that would be okay if I was to use SIC codes.
Did I spell fabricator correctly?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is for my own learning because I don't know what's going to pop up with this. So this is you teaching me. And I'm not, okay, so there's going to be a lot. I don't necessarily know, like, would welding and metal fabrication? Like,
Yeah.
Welding?
Right. So it's a perfect example. Welding came up. So that would be one.
So would this potentially be a target for you
Yes.
guys or?
It would.
Okay. Yeah, so that I can help you most appropriately, this is, forgive me if, are you a current Map My Customer's customer? Okay.
I am. Yes.
So I think that let's get on a call with customer success and let's go through this with you. Because I think that we could get really pointed. Kim, maybe lead intelligence could help him as well. Let's try to dig on that.
Yeah, Jay, you work with David, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
My initial salesperson, I think, was David. Yes, when we first signed on.
All right, good deal. That's great. Great question. Have you been doing these searches inside of Map My Customers or no?
Not so much. We don't have too many outside sales rep. We've actually connected the Map My Customer to our CRM. So most of the leads are coming through CRM, and we don't have too much. We don't have a big, on the ground sales force. But when searching on the map, it's like you said, it's a great source of leads, and why not use it?
Just because you said it that way, guys, we hear this all the time. If you're part of a larger company where you're going with big trade shows and your marketing team is going, we've invested so much money in these leads, it's a super common story where they load all of those prospects into Map My Customers, and then there's a specific defined time frame for all of the reps to hit all of those net new leads within their territory. So qualify, encourage, engage, and get after those to really leverage that investment. But those are great use cases.
Yeah.
Jay, thank you.
Thank you.
And Kim, he said David we'll get David in touch with him. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get you connected with David to get connected.
Awesome.
All
Any
right,
other
JT.
questions?
Yep, we are free of questions. Thank you so much for going through that. That was an awesome walkthrough. Kim, thank you for your support too. Thank you guys for attending, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thanks, everyone.